Welcome back to your Draftstars Friday night contest here. We've got the Panthers up against the Broncos and the Bunnies up against the Dogs here. And we're going to go through those two in the one video here. And starting with the outside backs. I hope you guys went well last night. But we're starting with our top couple there. We've got Isaac Tungo, we've got Taylor May, and we also have Dylan Edwards. So Edwards being the cheapest out of those few there. He's put three good scores together now, a 47, a 50, and a 59. And if you'd like that cheaper price point, then Dylan Edwards will be your man. He's starting to build up a little bit of form, but just be aware that he's probably a little bit more of the boom or bust kind of category than the other two. Taylor May's been great the first 3 weeks with 56, a 60, and a 50. So he could be pretty safe here up against the Brisbane side that might leak a couple of points. And Isaac Tungo also has been super consistent apart from the just last week there with the 32.8. So we're still solid without being spectacular. Up to you guys if you want to select any of those three. Another great option on the Bunny side of the ball is Campbell Graham. So come up against the Dogs. He's been scoring awesomely. Had that one low game and that is all. Other than that, he's been super consistent with a low score of 47. And I don't see it changing this week at all against the Dogs. So Campbell Graham comes in as a great selection for this week. Tony Staggs had an awesome game last week, but I just think for him, coming up against the Penrith boys, it should be a tougher assignment for him. Will the Panthers win this comfortably? Will the Broncos have a lot of ball? Will Tony Staggs get a lot? He's definitely going to be that boom or bust type of player this week after scoring really poorly, an 87.6. So he could win you the game. He could also get a 25 and lose you the game as well. So he's an option potentially. Stephen Crichton at 11,900. I just think that he has less opportunity to score as well as the other on the left side, but he's definitely scored well the first bunch of games. He just has a couple of 30s and that's 16 there, so could be more of that potential one to leave out of your squad. If you want to go a little bit cheaper, I think Blake Taff at 9,960. He gets that fullback position, goal kicking, comes up against the Dogs as well, so you should be able to get some attacking stats back there. I think he's going to be a solid option for your side if you want to go a little bit cheaper or have him in the flex for sure. If we're looking to the halves and the hookers now, you got the top three here. You got Cleary, Cook, and Reynolds, who I think all are great options. Cleary, again, we spoke about him as not having a dominant start to his first 2 games back, but they get the Broncos this week, and that 62.6 again I think is going to be his floor from here on in, and has that opportunity to get a 70, 80, 90, or even 100 for Nath. So he could be a great option there at 23,870, obviously breaking the bank a little bit, but I think he's better than the two below. I personally would probably go Reynolds over Cook, just with the consistency he's shown over the first 4 games. The kick meters is massive. He's getting the odd try involvement as well, and 58 is his lowest score for someone who's 19,800. I think is solid. The big worry is just up against the Panthers, so I'd probably be going Cleary over these two. Cook's had 3 incredible games in a row, so will he do that against the Dogs? Will he be able to score a meaty? I'm not exactly sure. Will he just give early ball out to his halves and get the ball out there against the Dogs this week? Also potential. So pick your poison on those 3. They're all going to go pretty well. And the last one in this halves hooker position I think you should think about selecting is Lachlan Ilias. So 10,450. He's been great the last 2 weeks, especially had a try assist that they dropped over the line. Got taken away. He got a try taken away the week before, so I think he's trending in the right direction, getting big kick meters as well. So if he can continue that against the Dogs, then he's going to be a great option. Somewhere around that 40 to 50 mark for someone who's 10,450 is a great option there. We move to the forwards just to finish off the week, and in this one I've got 4 guys that I'd potentially look to select, and that'd be Cam Murray. So he's been really dominant, averaging 64.4. over the first 5 rounds there. Has a lower score in the first and 53 in this last one. So if you're looking at that price point, I'd probably go Cleary. I think that at a minimum he's going to get around that 60, where Murray has to play really well to get that high 60s and 70 type of score. So you got Murray there at 22. I'd probably hold off on Isaiah Yeo or Joshy Jackson and think about Keon Kolomatangi, who is a great chance of getting a try in this game. 59 and a 63 in 2 of his last 3 games. I think at this price, you can get somewhere around that 55 to 65 if you can pick up a try or a try assist this week, which is a very high chance against the Dogs because the South should win that game pretty comfortably. If you're looking a little bit lower, you got guys like Kobe Hetherington at that cheap price again. I think we're going to double down on him. Didn't have a great game last week. With the minutes wasn't there, the tackles wasn't there either. So I think the minutes should increase for him. He should be getting closer to that 40 points this week at a minimum. And if not, I'll be very upset. But that's it. I think you gotta go out on a limb and make these decisions sometimes. And the last one of this video is gonna be Maxi King at 10,070. Super consistent. Had that one lower score in the lesser minutes when he was carrying a little bit of an injury. Other than that, he's been in the high 30s and been really, really dominant at 10,000. Making you plenty of value, giving you plenty of value there, so you can spend the money elsewhere. So that's a good option there. And that's all I've got for you for this Friday video. I hope you guys do well tonight in the 2 Friday games, and I hope you go well for the rest of the week and enjoy the long weekend, team. Have a good day.